and welcome back to InStyleAtlanta.com. I'm your host tonight, Sky, and I've got the lovely Merit. Darling, I'm so glad you're back. Oh my gosh.
Thank you. It's so great to be back.
It is even though these are crazy times right now, we're able to connect and still bring, our viewers stories. So we've got a special guest, and her name is Briana Latrise. You may have seen her on the show Growing Up Hip Hop LA version. So let's go ahead and bring her on in.
Yes, I'm excited.
I know. Yes.
All right.
There we go. Yeah. So we will jump right into your questions because we know your time is extra valuable, my love. So let's talk about the show, Growing Up Hip Hop LA. Yeah.
That's not it. It's just Growing Up Hip Hop. Don't diminish it. We started this gangster shit. Everybody else is a spinoff.
Everybody else jumped on the bandwagon.
Yeah. No. What about the show?
Tell me like how you feel. I mean, do you enjoy being on that show? I mean, because I watch, it looks like there's like a lot of stuff just going on, as any reality show, a lot of drama. How does that make you feel? Like each time when you go to bed at night, you take that along with you?
No, I don't take anything to bed with me other than my laptop, a couple of books, and sometimes a nigga. But I don't carry shit into the next day, for one. There's been very, very few times where I have, and it's only when my personal space is completely violated to the point where I let my demons out, because then I'm mad. I'm mad that you tried me. I'm mad that you really thought you wanted that gangster shit, and I'm mad that I let it out. But other than that, I be chilling. This is a job to me, so I go to work, I do my job, I do that shit really, really well. And then I go home and I party with my friends and I paint and I live my best life. I clean my kitchen. You know what I mean? I run my own business, a few of them. So I'm not pressed. I don't even watch that show.
What made you want to join the show?
I didn't.
Tell us more.
They asked me. Mr. Ray, I believe he's on like Love and Hip Hop or something. Uh-huh. He's one of my boys. We go way, way back. Like way, way back, like running from the police together. Like, he called me and I was kind of drunk. I was fucked off. Oh, excuse my language. You could bleep that.
We'll bleep you.
We'll bleep it.
I'm so sorry. Let me work on myself. I was definitely plastered. And he was like, yo, I want you to interview for this reality show. I was like, I don't do TV. I don't do reality TV. I'm way too talented for that. That's where people's careers go to die, right? And he was like, that's not fair, because, he's on reality TV, so I get it. Then I felt bad, so I agreed to do the interview, knowing full well that, like, I wasn't going to say yes. I didn't really want to be a part of it, because I don't really care. I watched a half an episode, and I fell asleep. And that's how I knew it wasn't for me. Because it put me to sleep like a pill. Like, seriously, I was like, bruh. And woke up like, nah, for real, we still doing this? Turn this shit off. In the interview, I was my full authentic self. Of course he's here. Full authentic self. And they were like, no, we're in love. We need you. I was like, no, that's cute. I need more than EBT. So if you run a check, I'll make an appearance. I came on as a guest.
Mm-hmm.
And then you stuck around.
Well, what happened was Iman Omari's bitch ass, yeah, I said it, got jealous and bashed my face in. So I sold that story to the show and was like, this is what you're going to pay me. This make me a cast member. Because at that point, it's like, oh, this is a job.
So do you feel like the show depicted like who you are, your authentic self, or do you feel like it was something? Okay.
They were never going to do that. They initially wanted me. I can't even say too much because I still work there.
Okay.
But I knew what my role was going to be. I agreed to play that role for only a short time. When it continued, I was like, y'all got me fucked all the way up. And if that's what you think you want, I'll show you what that shit really is. Everybody been cussed out. I'm talking people of value.
Yeah.
Like, not cast members. I'm talking real production on some, like, nope, check it out. Stop it. I'm a real mom. I'm really married. I'm really out here living my whole best life. My dad and I are like best friends. My mom and I, we argue like thrice a year. But other than that, we be chilling.
So let's talk about the last episode, because it seemed like the last episode you quit, but then you're saying...
didn't see it. I don't know if you noticed, I quit almost every episode. Every time I go to work, I quit. I'm not joking. Every fucking time I quit.
Okay.
Every time.
Is it because you're just like over the character that you have to play?
No, it's because I know my worth, and y'all not about to keep playing with me like this. So I'm going to quit. We're just going to make you beg, and then maybe we can talk about some things.
So is it worth your time? You feel like they pay you enough, or no? Because you keep.
I don't feel that I'll ever be paid what I'm worth, but I have this. I value myself very, very high. I do get paid quite nice. Like, I haven't been hurt at all this quarantine.
That's awesome.
That is very good.
It's still not enough for, what it is they're asking.
So what was it like working with some of those other, I want to say characters, I guess in the sense that's what you guys are, based on how you're describing it, like Romeo and all. It looked like his dad kept coming in there.
I didn't really work with Romeo much. Like, I think we only had one little moment, like a group scene where I actually spoke to him, you know what I mean? Or maybe two, I guess. P, I love. I think he's amazing, off camera, on camera. I'm sure we all make mistakes, so I'm sure he said some shit that he was like, oops, I probably shouldn't have said that. But the reality is, I think P is incredibly brilliant. He's an awesome person. He gets it. Like, he's smart. He gets the business. He respects the hustle. He sees that I get it. And they've always treated me with, like, the utmost respect. Everybody else is just kind of hit or miss. I don't know. Half of them are scared of me. The other half think they're hard. I don't know. It's weird. It's super weird. It's just, like I said, it's a job. I don't go to work to make friends. If I happen to make friends, cool.
So I know some of the commentary from Dame Dash and Master P, they've been blasting the producers about the show. Do you agree with some of the commentary that they were saying about the show as well?
I'm not in their skin. I'm not in their position. I don't play their role. I don't know I know they have more credits than I do. Credits, meaning more EP credits, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I don't have any production credits, but I do a whole lot of work. So I don't know what their situation is. I know what position I was in, and I've been screaming that shit since day one. This isn't right. Y'all cut out all the shit of value. I be saying things. I drop bars on niggas, and that shit just gets wiped out. Then you don't notice, like, yes. You never see that, like, there's a whole bunch of antagonizing and me trying super hard to be patient with niggas before I finally be like, shut up, I'll slap hellfire out of you. Swear to God, you're getting on my nerves.
Right.
I don't have this much patience for adults. I don't like people in real life. Like, I mind my business.
So I'd love for you to tell us a little bit more about what you have next. Like, I know that you were talking about you have several different businesses that you're working on outside of just, the show. Can you tell us more about some of those businesses?
So one of the smartest things that my friends taught me was that I have more haters than I have lovers and supporters. Mm-hmm. So half of my business and endeavors you will never know I'm a part of.
Smart.
And I see you paint. Are there some?
I know. I'm looking. I'm like, oh my God.
Oh yeah, I am kind of like doing donuts in my living room, right?
Yeah. I mean, it looks beautiful. Oh yeah.
Oh, that's a 6-foot canvas. Hold on. I do have a website as well where you can see the finished works. The ones in my house aren't really finished. But if you get up close on it, you can see that there's like a bill of sale for a slave embedded in there. The texture is meant to look like the backs of beaten slaves. You know what I mean? It's not finished yet, though.
Yeah.
I think that's my favorite one so far.
There's quite a bit.
Very
That's beautiful.
Nuts here.
Do you have a name? Do you have a title for the one that you just showed us?
Not finished yet.
Okay. Fair enough.
I don't that's not finished either. That one's almost done. This is my little workspace. It's a hot mess right now, but I've been going in all year.
They're a hot mess.
They're everywhere though. Like I don't even have room. This is my son's painting. We're working on together. Just chilling in the living room.
How old is he?
He's 6.
Oh, I love it.
He's cool.
I saw one back there that was like a stripper, a pole.
Yeah, in the kitchen, right?
That's another 6-foot oil painting. Hold on. It's not finished yet either. I have $100 that I tore up in protest one day on live. So I was going to take it to the bank and get ones, and I'm going to put that in the painting. And then there's supposed to be more. So those are there just as placeholders, so I don't forget where I'm going with the piece. But I was going to put the women who paved a way for us to like be respected to some degree. But you know, everybody want to be strippers now. So
Wow.
That's what that piece is about.
You're very
I love you too, baby.
So then you also act now. Is that the reality show? Because you just said that you jump in and that's your character. So, and you know, I mean, I guess that's really good to know, because then that's Briana, but it's Briana times 2, your character.
Right. It's the Briana that I pull out because that's what they ask of me, in a sense. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because in reality, I don't give a shit. I don't care about other people's drama. Like, that's not what I get off on. I read books. You know what I mean? Like, I literally sit around reading and writing all day and painting and creating and working. Like, I started a book club on the internet. This is the book we're reading currently, Unoffendable by Brant Hansen. After that, I'm reading Black and British. And then I'm also going to read, again, The Spook That Sat by the Door, because I'm trying to find a book for next month. Well, actually, I know what book we're doing next month. We're going to do A Taste of Power by Elaine Brown, because I'm doing my part to try to educate my friends. We did The Color of Law last month. Like, I don't have time to give a shit about where the next woman puts her hoo-ha. I'm trying to keep my hoo-ha in my pants.
Look, that's really fascinating. You know, we wouldn't gather that from watching reality TV.
But what's crazy is if a lot of people do gather it, which is why I have such a large organic following of actual supporters. I make money off Instagram just chilling and talking to people. You know what I mean? If you watched my live for like 10 minutes, you'd know. I'm a numerologist. I do readings on my website. My website is brianalatrice.com. I read tarot. I read energy really well, which is why I don't participate. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry, I froze. I don't participate in the shenanigans, let's say, when I'm not getting paid for it. I used to scream that all the time. I only do drama for a check, and I mean it. If you watch all the seasons of the show, I say things that people don't even really understand sometimes, because my vernacular is spectacular. They get offended and then just hold on to that offense, and then that drives the narrative that Briana's a bitch. But I really just have a dry sense of humor.
Right. Understood. So now let's go ahead and get on to hot topics, because you're going to stick around with us, right? And I think the biggest thing, you guys, you ladies, I really want to talk about what's going on right now. I see a lot of celebrities using their platform for good. One in particular, Janelle Monáe, who I absolutely love. Now, on her IG, she said that she did not consider herself an activist or an organizer, and I quote, but that she's got a platform and she wanted to use it to amplify, you know, the activists and the organizers, their voices. So she asked for them to go ahead and list their name and organization in her comments, you know, stating that, and I love this, that Black LGBTQ folks, you guys come to the front. She had over 2,700 comments on there. I think it is phenomenal when celebrities do use their voice, their platform to push, you know, especially this agenda for everyone, you know, because it's a lot to consume. Merritt and I, we were talking earlier, it's like this emotional roller coaster.
It really
Everything
is.
that we're going through. We're talking about celebrities and their platform. Janelle Monáe was one. Did you guys see Keke Palmer?
No.
I heard about Keke Palmer asking the National Guards to join her, right? Yeah.
Asking them to do what?
To join as they were walking, because she was in with one of the protests. So she
that's beautiful.
Yes. It was where she was, you know, pleading. It was so nice. And you could tell that the poor guard, like, he wanted to go. But
right.
You know, at the same time, like, he's doing his job, and so he can't leave. So someone else in the crowd said, well, why don't you take a knee?
Mm-hmm.
They all took knees.
Mhm.
So did you see the video where this gorgeous young black man was like, he's an officer, a police officer, and he was asked to take a knee, and he was told by like I guess a superior that he could not take a knee. So he wanted to speak to the chief, and they were like, for what? And he was like, because I want to take a knee, like, and I need to know that I can. So then he was like, oh, if I can't, it's cool, you can have my badge. He quit his job on the spot. Quit his job.
No, I did not see that.
Quit his job and joined the protest. Handed in his shield.
Mm-hmm. Wow. So in that same vein, do you feel like it's celebrities' jobs to use their platforms for huge social issues like this?
I feel like I can understand why people feel that way because, you know, there's a large platform and whatnot, but you can't expect humans to be anything other than who they are. So I personally, I'm not a celebrity, so I can't speak. You know what I mean? I have a little following on Instagram or whatever, but that doesn't make me a celebrity. I think we all are supposed to do our parts the way that we can. You know what I mean? Like, I can't actively go out and protest because I have a 6-year-old that I need to keep alive and I'm not taking him outside. That doesn't even make sense to me. That sounds illogical and insane. But on the flip side, I'm having conversations with people and doing what I can, what I've been doing for a while, which is trying to make sure my people educate themselves and inspiring people, or at least attempting to inspire people to educate themselves, because nothing changes. Listen, nothing changes if we don't change.
Mm-hmm.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
I want to talk about Floyd Mayweather, who's going to be paying for the funeral expenses.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's nice.
Yeah. So I guess George, he's going to have 3 different funerals.
Yeah, because I heard one is in Houston.
Yeah, Houston.
That's where he's from, I thought.
Yeah, he's from Houston. He's going to have one in Charlotte. And then the other one, of course, in Minnesota. So it looks like apparently one of, what's the guy's name? Hold on, look at my notes here. So Floyd Mayweather had, where are my notes? Where are my notes? Oh, Ansel Jennings, who's the CEO of his music label TMT.
TMT. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they were childhood friends. So he was childhood friends with George Floyd. So.
Oh wow!
Yeah, that's
I
how
didn't
he
know
got
that.
word, and that's how all this came about. So, but the family raised a lot of money. I think they raised like $8 million.
Yeah,
that's
so.
Awesome.
Yeah,
that's really, really awesome. You know, I know this is off topic, but it's kind of not. I'm gonna bring it back. One of the things Nipsey Hussle was doing before he was assassinated.
Mm-hmm.
Assassinated.
Yeah, I agree. I'm still not over that death.
Nobody is, and I don't think we will be.
I don't think I will either.
Because he was definitely a pillar and a leader for sure, by far.
Mm-hmm.
But he was building a school.
Mm-hmm.
Where you talking about celebrities and their platforms and whatnot, some of them have a lot of money. I think that would be really useful right now.
Yeah.
When the smoke clears and the dust settles and whatnot, talking about really building schools or creating scholarship programs and whatnot. Just something.
And they can list their platform on Janelle Monáe's page. They've got an organization. They can list it on there. But Merritt.
My turn. Yay. Okay. So I have a few hot topics. Briana, I definitely wanted, since you're in LA, even though you trying to have beef with my hometown, I did want to make sure I talked about one of the hot topics. So according to ABC News, and you may already know this, the LAPD chief, Michael Moore, apologizes after equating looters to George Floyd's death. Have you heard about this?
Mm-mm.
Okay. So during a press conference, he addressed...
That's awesome, by the way.
What? Oh, no,
he's
not...
What?
Oh, that he's apologizing?
He's apologizing, I want to be clear. Is he apologizing because he attributed the looters to the protest?
He's apologizing. So during a press conference, he addressed the violence and the looting that just happened on Monday. And he said, we didn't have protests last night. We had criminal acts. We didn't have people mourning the death of this man, George Floyd. We had people capitalizing on it. His death is on their hands as much as it's on the officers. So he got a lot of criticism for that. Yeah.
How you gonna say his death is on their hands?
So he got a lot of criticism. He had a backlash. They started doing Zoom meetings with like key pivotal community members within LA. And one of the community members said the fact that this was your unscripted instinct. We see who you are. And if the members of the police commission refuse to hold him accountable, you deserve to be terminated from your position as well. You need to be policing the police. So my question is, do we agree with the community? Should the police chief resign from his position? Or was it one of those, like, he caught in the moment, he felt pressure, and he didn't really mean what he said?
I don't know that man.
Facts.
And I don't have a gavel.
Well, yeah.
So I'd be remiss. I didn't even know about it until you brought it up. So I can't actually weigh in on anything as it pertains to that. I think I know I'm somebody who says a lot of things when I'm feeling extra passionate and whatnot. Excuse the work behind me. I was in the middle of it. But I say a lot of things out of passion, you know what I mean? And I may even feel that way in the moment, but then after I take a moment, I'll be like, you know what, that wasn't right. He was wrong as shit. So I think it's great that he apologized, and I hope that it's coming from a place of sincerity and not a forced situation. I think you can't really force anybody to be somebody they don't want to be. They're still that person. I mean, do you get what I mean? You can't force someone into change.
Yeah, like they have to make a decision of if they want to change.
Right.
Yeah. And it will shine again. Your essence it's always there. It's not going to change. If his sorry was not a true sorry, we're going to know. We'll see it again.
I would love to hear you all's thoughts about just the Black Lives Matter movement and the protests that are actually happening in London now. So, John,
my other city.
Yeah, I haven't been to London before. It's on my list.
You got to go with the right people though, so that you can find the right type of fun for you. Yeah. Like my husband currently lives in London. That's where I was supposed to be. Oh. And I got an email saying my flight was canceled, and I was like, oh my God. So I've just been sitting here drinking, like, I don't know, and then it just keeps getting tremendously worse. Like everything just keeps getting worse.
I'm sorry to hear that. I hope that you get there soon, and I'm sure that you will. Things will, the dust will eventually settle. And you and your husband.
Eventually, but
hopefully soon. Like I feel like, you know.
I mean, whatever needs to take place in order to affect change, I'm totally here for it. It's kind of lonely with just me and my little one.
Yeah, of course.
And my side nigga.
You are dumb.
If in times like these, you have to laugh more than any other time, you know?
Yeah.
You have to.
You really do.
I agree with you. Oh my gosh. I was just saying that.
So, ladies in London, John Boyega. You guys watched Star Wars?
Yeah.
Yeah. So John Boyega and Zoe Kravitz are all in attendance in a Black Lives Matter protest. I want to hear you guys' thoughts about how the movement is now starting to go into different countries outside of our own. Like, what are you guys about that?
Yeah.
Go ahead. Sorry.
No, Black people, they're tired. Tired of being sick and tired. We're tired. At the end of come on now. And because I was just sitting here thinking, like, just looking at my Black and British, boom.
There we go.
But, you know, because it's like little things. So, for instance, when I started working at, you know, one of the places where I was working, I'm not going to disclose it, but there was a girl, mind you, I had more experience, been doing radio stuff for quite some time. She got paid 10 grand more than me. Why do you think that was?
Well, let me guess.
Exactly. Ding, 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 ding. Exactly.
Right.
But, I was like, oh, okay. And I think that's what so many people just kind of just like let it just slide, you know.
Well, at after a while, I think that sometimes those things get overshadowed by the fact that, like, fuck, at least we're not getting bit up by dogs anymore. Well, shit, I can't even say that because they sick dogs on niggas every day. But I mean, more importantly, like, it's no more colored bathroom, black bathroom outside down the road in the dark with no sidewalk. You know what I'm saying? Even though, like, they love the culture, but they don't love us. Do you get what I mean?
Correct.
Yeah.
When the very first time I was in London, one of my friends was trying to hail a cab. He was standing on one side of the street, I was standing on the other. And the cabs just kept going by. And I was like, what the fuck is going on? The second me and a white friend came and stood next to him, the white girl put her arm out. That's when I was like, oh shit, this is the whole world. They don't like us anywhere. Cool. If you look at other cultures as well, the lighter your skin is. In certain Asian countries, I don't want to bust nobody out, but let's be real, they pride themselves on, they dress up like geishas, which means they want powdery white skin because the brighter you are, the more value you have to them, or something. I'm not sure because I don't live like that. I can't wait for a tan. So pale.
I feel like I got one. I got one.
I'm trying. I be on my balcony
brown.
with my little Tropicana.
I'm already brown.
Okay, whatever. No, but more importantly, like, it's literally everywhere. India, it's the same thing. Yeah. You know what I mean? I watch a lot of foreign films, like a lot. I'm really into other cultures because I've been blessed enough to travel the world a little bit, like not as much as I want to, but I've been to some countries and things. And I see, like, even in Mexico, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yep.
Right. Colonization.
Everywhere. But
in the same vein, this is a perfect segue for my last hot topic. So I don't know, Briana, have you watched the show The Real? Where
did Tia Mowry or one of the Mowry girls?
Tamara, Tamara Mowry and Lonnie and
one of the girls who was in the Cheetah girls.
Adrian.
Oh, the Adrian girl.
Jenny, Lonnie, yeah. And then remember Tamar was on it, and then Tamar left the show, and so they had this open position. And so Amanda Seales, we know her from Insecure, and if you haven't seen it, her HBO special, I Be Knowing. If you haven't seen it, it's hilarious. I thoroughly enjoyed it.
She's pretty funny.
She's hilarious in there. So she filled the extra open slot that they had that they were trying to fill with Tamar's departure. So she signed a 6-month contract, and she just decided that she is not going to renew her contract because, and here's her quote, "I didn't renew it because it doesn't feel good to my soul to be at a place where I cannot speak to my people the way that they need to be spoken to, and where the people who are speaking to me in disparaging ways are not being handled." So my question to you then, lady,
so what happened?
I mean, that's all she said. She didn't say what the disparaging, comments were. And she didn't say who said it. She just said, I made the decision that I'm going to remove myself from the situation. So that being said, what are you all's thoughts about that? So do you think when you're in a workplace, when is enough where you just decide, you know what, I am throwing the towel in because I'm not being respected? Or do you just keep trying to fight the good fight to help shift the perspective of what the organization is?
I think when you get sick and tired of being sick and tired, shoot, sometimes you just get to that point where you're like, look, mofo, I'm just done. I don't care what you say. Doesn't matter what you say. I'm over it. I'm done. And she was probably at that point. She's like, I don't care. No matter what you say, go on and do it with somebody else.
Right.
I'm tired. When you're tired, you're tired. You're just at that point. That's with anything. And so she was just tired.
Briana, your thoughts?
I think I'm so divided on that one because, like I said, I quit the show every 5 minutes. I quit every 5 minutes, but then I always come back because I do remember when I finally accepted the position and I sold my story, I remember why I did that. I did that so that no other woman would suffer that same situation without fair warning, right? At least as it pertains to the audience of the show. I stayed because I know my value, I know my worth, I know how brilliant I am, and I want to be able to share that, and I will fight until I can't anymore, and I'm apparently a fighter.
Fair.
Yeah, but we don't. But we also
Also, I keep raising my checks, so you know.
Yeah. But see, we don't know her backstory. We don't know how many times she's tried. So
we also
True.
don't know what she's gone through, because
That's it too.
I have not, by the powers that be, they have not outright blatantly disrespected me. You know what I mean? They're always very peace. It's the underhanded shit. And I've learned that as long as I play ball, they won't go too far off. You know what I mean? It isn't until you start really trying to leave that they be like, oh, all right.
Yeah.
Like there was one season I actually left, and then they made this fake narrative that I had relapsed on a bunch of drugs. And not for nothing, I did do a bunch of mushrooms, but I was trying to center myself. You know what I mean? That ain't nothing but a little food poisoning. But to insinuate, I'm a mom and a wife and a daughter, to insinuate that I am smoking crack and meth again is beyond disrespectful. Beyond disrespectful, because that wasn't what happened. I was in mourning, and they chose not to show, like, I thought that a reality show was meant to be reality, right? I thought that when you hire these people for their personalities, you were going to actually allow them to expound upon their person, like to really show all the aspects of their personalities. People are dynamic creatures. We're not just one thing. You know what I mean? I know a lot of people have tunnel vision and pinhole visions and whatnot. And it's very black and white for a lot of people, but I think that's the real issue. Like, life is colorful. Do you get what I'm saying? People are colorful. Like, we have good days, we have bad days. We all deal with things differently. People come to work I'm speaking from the reality show because that's my only, like, job for other people at the moment. But people come to work and you don't know what they just went through.
Right.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You have no idea what they just went through. Like, for example, I came to work one day in my full-on pajamas and was like, I don't give a. This is what we're filming. My friend was just murdered. I'm here. That's all you're really gonna get out of me. I don't want to talk about this little girl and her little half-gay boyfriend. I don't care. I want to talk about how my friend was murdered and the police aren't doing anything. And I have half a mind to think they did it, because nobody knows how it happened. Well, they're saying he shot himself, but how he shoot himself on the right side of his head and he left fucking handed. And I've been shooting with him. We shoot. Ain't no missing. You don't accident. That's not. So my point is, I'm going through that. Now I'm at work. You're asking me stupid shit. Of course I'm gonna be like, bitch, get out of here with the dumb shit. Yeah. And it's only after an hour of you poking and prodding me that you catch that one glimpse, and then it's, oh, there it is. That's exactly what we wanted.
So what do you do?
Yeah, I was gonna say, so with that then, because now they took what you were feeling and kind of depicted it in a different picture. So how do you change that? Are you able to change the narrative back and position it back to where
I use my Instagram, because that's my platform. The reality TV show is not a platform. All that does is show people that you exist, right? And then it really gives them this counterproductive, like, image of you. So I go live like day and night. I've done it for a few years now, but long before Instagram and Instagram Live, I used to live stream, because I was big on Twitter for a minute until I said something real fucked up about Michael Jackson, and I lost like 75% of my followers. It was quite amazing, actually. I was kind of proud. I don't think anybody else, and somehow Drake blocked me. I'm still blocked.
Oh wow.
I just want to know what the cool kids are doing, Drake. But, you know, I use my platform to do, like I said, I started a book club. I do discuss topics. I have open forums, like chats once a month, where anybody is welcome to come into my Zooms. I also taught classes on Instagram. Excuse me, I advertised my classes on Instagram, but I used the Zoom app. This was 2019, in the beginning of the year, where I did a lot of my readings and whatnot, and was just really helping people. I did life coaching in 2018 and 17. Now, understand, you don't have to be perfect to be a life coach. In fact, the more effed up your life is, the better it is.
More or less.
And that's a fact, because I can tell you all the shit I've been through, and help you navigate through the shit from a place of experience, and not just from a book.
Experience, exactly.
Do you get me? Yep. So I've been doing what I can do within myself without giving too much of myself.
Yeah.
That's all. Look, that's what God told me to do. That's what I'm gonna do.
There you go.
He also told me to watch my mouth, but I'm having troubles with that.
You got black women, that's fair.
Oh my gosh. Well,
A few more years of practice and I might get it. Maybe.
This has been fun, Briana.
This has been fun, Briana. I really appreciate you taking the time to talk with us, especially with all the stuff that you got going on as well. And I super hope that you get to London like tomorrow.
At this point, I don't even want to go now. It's just the temperature is so crazy. I don't even really want to go. And summertime is my favorite in London because it just sporadically rains while you're sipping your tea in the morning, reading a paper. It's beautiful. And then that's when all the sexy cars come out and the real rich Saudi princes and whatnot. So if you're in shape and you look cute, you might catch one. And me and my husband have a real nice situation going on where, like, I don't give a damn, he don't give a damn, as long as we don't do nothing crazy.
Y'all situation work for y'all. So before we hop off, Briana, how do we follow you? And then do you go live every episode?
No, I go live every day almost.
Okay. How do we
Literally.
follow you?
Yeah.
On Instagram, it's at Briana Latrise. I also have an art page, which is at brianalatrice.art. From there, you can, on my Instagram, my main one, you can find my website, which is brianalatrice.com. I try to make it simple, you know, so that people don't have too many troubles. As long as you spell my name right, you'll find me. I go live often. Like I was probably going to go live in a few moments, but my friend is here and I'd rather like play with him. Tomorrow I will be live though, because I'm bored. I go live to clear my mind. Like when I've gotten a bunch of work done for the day, then I go live, I check in with the people, see how they're doing, what they're going through. I tell a bunch of jokes. Sometimes I paint live, I'll mess around. I always end up teaching you something. I'm really into like natural and holistic. I don't take medicine. I don't believe in medicine.
Yeah.
I have to be dying. Dying, and I ain't done that yet. So I make my own medicine legitimately. I teach people how to do little random shit like can your own fruits. Like these are drunken cherries. I'll be making brownies with these in about a month. I make my own extracts. So you're gonna learn something. If you watch me for like 5 minutes, you will learn something.
Yeah.
Great.
So that is, I see. I've learned so much thus far. So, and I know your friend is over there. So, does that mean? So, you got a friend. Your husband's got a friend. You guys got open marriage thing?
Yeah, he doesn't have any friends right now. I think he's mad at me because I don't think he really wants it to be open anymore. Apparently, I'm the one who made that rule, but I don't recall. But this isn't that type of friend though. This is legit like a real homie. Like he's playing with my son right now. They're homies.
Oh, okay. Because when you said playing, you were gonna play with him. I thought
no. I meant like, so when I say play, we're probably going to get into a really deep political discussion right now about everything that's going on. You know what I mean? I'm gonna probably end up teaching him about some of my products and things because he hasn't seen them all done up and ready to go.
Okay.
You know?
I guess I just got dirty mind.
You said, yeah. I mean, you know, me too, because I make that joke often, and I probably do it to make you think dirty thoughts. This is one thing I'm trying to teach all of my peoples. You have to seriously pay attention to signs. Sometimes your ancestral guides are speaking to you, and we don't listen to them. Yeah. Don't feel crazy. It's just we're really tapped in, and then now more than ever, start meditating. Meditating doesn't mean sitting in complete silence. That could be a form, but you could also paint. You could also clean your house and find that as a form of meditation. Driving is meditation for some people. Yeah. But really tap in and clear your mind. Also, energetically, shake shit up in your house. Shake it up, sage it out. That's why I sell sage so much. I have another page called, well, never mind. See, I'm putting too much of my business out there. The point is, sometimes you gotta shake shit up, rearrange your space, clear your space out so that you can clear out your mind so that you can hear when they're talking to you. I say pay attention to the signs because before any of this broke out, I sit on my balcony and watch the sunset every day with a nice little glass. Sometimes my little baby, he sits there with his apple juice. Mommy has her mommy juice. And we just casually watch the sunset while listening to music. At the top of the pandemic, I seen a lot of military activity. Military helicopters flying back and forth, police helicopters flying back and forth, more than I'd ever seen before while living here. Then I started noticing They were running, it was almost like they were running drills. The same things they're doing now, they were doing that, but with less cops and no noise.
Mm-hmm.
Going up and down the freeway, through all the exits and whatnot. And I was like, yo, what is this about? When it first started, I actually pointed it out on my live. It was like, something's coming. And then lo and behold, they murdered a man in broad daylight for 8 minutes and allowed it to be filmed while standing there in a prideful stance, like, yeah, I'm doing this for my country. Come on now, pay attention. Pay attention.
Pay attention to what's around, definitely.
I'm not saying we're going to know everything all the time, but you want to know a little more than nothing so you could be ready. Stay ready. You ain't got to get ready. I didn't run out of toilet paper during the quarantine, okay? I didn't run out of food, not once. I didn't run out of cleaning supplies. I had everything I needed already, just in case.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I be trying to tell people, though. Stay ready. Like, that shit is not just a phrase for, like, being cute. So there's somebody invites you to a party, your face is already beat. Like, that's insane. Let's get our priorities together. Your beautiful face, the way it came out of the womb, is beautiful. Stay ready, mentally, physically, like, get in shape. We all in the house getting fat. I'm guilty of that too. I have no excuse because I have all of the equipment and I know how to work out. But I think my thing is, in 3 weeks, I'll be fine. I got to stop that shit too. We got to start holding ourselves and each other accountable.
Yes.
And get on the good foot.
We control this right here.
Right. But get ready and then stay ready because the shit ain't over yet.
Oh, God, no.
No. Oh, my God.
In the beginning.
Still got COVID because that thing is still going. But people out here like it doesn't exist.
For now.
Look, listen.
I hear it now. Yep, I hear it.
Wow.
Briana, I really want to just say thank you so much for your time. We really, really appreciate getting to know you, learning more about you. We have all of your handles of how we can follow you. And we wish nothing but the best for you.
And make your money on that show. Tell them to pay you.
Oh, they already know. I told them, they were like, are you coming back? I was like, are you going to pay me? Because y'all know I want hella money. Y'all have assaulted me on this show. I've been assaulted physically twice. And I've never done anything. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Oh, heck no. Oh,
that's what I'm saying. Like, they don't even understand. I'm just building a case. Don't trip. It's been a pleasure talking to you ladies. I apologize for being all informal and super but I'm at home.
It's okay.
And I'm not I don't even know how to be fake. I try. It don't work.
Just be you. Let your essence come through. It's all good.
Thank you. It's been a pleasure. You ladies are beautiful. Keep doing what you're doing. And thank you. Thank you. Bye,
Have
guys.
a good one. Bye.
Bye.
Oh, that was great, Merritt. Well, you guys, thank you so much for watching.
Thank you all so much.
Don't forget, you can always follow us on IG in Style Atlanta. Make sure you subscribe right here on YouTube in Style Atlanta and check us out in styleatlanta.com. Until next time, you guys.
Until next time.
Stay safe, and we're going to get through this together. Merritt, it's always a pleasure.
Always a pleasure being here. Thank you all. Yay. Come on, shoulder shimmy.